From the KYMA studios, covering Yuma and the Imperial Valley, this is Nightside on KYMA News 11.
Thank you for joining us on Nightside. I'm Molly Lang. At approximately 4:30 p.m. today, a Yuma County Sheriff's deputy was responding to a car on fire in the intersection of 3E and 32nd Street when a white SUV collided with his car. 3 passengers from the SUV as well as the sheriff's deputy were transported to Yuma Regional Medical Center.
He's responding to a vehicle fire with his emergency lights and sirens. When he came into the intersection, all vehicles were stopped. He continued through the intersection, and then a white SUV traveling northbound on 3E collided with the YCSO unit.
The people involved are still being evaluated. We will keep you updated on the details of the crash as they become available. And a 16-year-old suspect is in custody for the shooting death of a 15-year-old Phoenix girl at a party this weekend. Officer James Holmes says authorities were called to a home near 41st Street, that is, and Glendale Avenues around 3:30 a.m. Saturday. Upon arrival, officers found 15-year-old Sinclair Sandoval with a gunshot wound and pronounced her dead at the scene. Holmes says that between 40 to 60 people had been attending the party at the house. All guests were between the ages of 15 and 21. Police don't know at this time if alcohol or illegal drugs were present at the party. Holmes did not say what motivated the shooting. And the suspect's name will not be released due to his age. He's being detained as a juvenile. And a suspect is in custody after a woman was shot and killed in an apparent road rage incident after a collision on Saturday afternoon. Now, according to Tempe police, they say that the victim has died from her injuries, and it is now being considered a homicide. 5 others, including 3 children and pregnant women, also were hospitalized after the crash. It started when 2 vehicles collided near Broadway Road and McClintock. That was about 3:40 p.m. Saturday. Police say that 32-year-old Holly Davis got out of her car and fired several rounds into the other car, striking the other driver. Now, Tempe police say that the gunshot victim lost control of her car after being hit and struck a 3rd car carrying a family of 5, including a pregnant woman and 3 children. Crews transported the family and gunshot victim to the hospital. Initial reports say that the family was hospitalized as a precautionary measure. Now, the victim has been identified as Yu Zhang, an international Chinese student. And 5 Americans released from prison in Iran are free tonight, let go as part of prisoner deals with Iran's leaders. They were freed on the same weekend the nuclear agreement with Iran took effect. NBC's Kiera Simmons reports that 3 of the 5 went first to a U.S. military hospital in Germany. Thank you, Kier. Well, an unusual set of January tornadoes ripped through neighborhoods in central Florida overnight, killing 2 people and injuring several others. Sarah Daloff is in that part of Florida where residents have begun the process of rebuilding their lives tonight. Well, I definitely feel for all of those people in that part of the country. And I hope everyone enjoyed their weekend weather. It is going to be cloudy and a bit warm this upcoming week. Standing by in our weather center is our very own Chase. He just needs to turn his mic on, and then we'll be able to send it over to him. But as we wait, it's going to be very nice weather.
The microphone's dead.
For us, it's definitely going to sneak up into those 70s. I'm really looking forward to finally seeing those temperatures. And if you take a look outside at our radar and satellite, not a whole lot happening in our region. Let's see if Chase Golightly is back for us.
We got it? All right, we're back. Molly did a great job. Yes, we are expecting those clouds rolling in tomorrow and temperatures in the high 70s. So we look at our radar and satellite, you can already see those clouds starting to move into the Yuma area a little bit. Let's send it back to Molly.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Well, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People in Yuma will be holding their annual Martin Luther King March tomorrow. News 11's Phoenix O'Connor has that report. After the march at the MLK Center, there will be a barbecue, and it's only $7 fee that will go towards helping a local family in need. Well, coming up after the break, with the polls in Iowa and New Hampshire tightening over the past week, there was a lot at stake here tonight, all while Donald Trump and Ted Cruz continue to battle it out on the trail. And also, the pressure on students, even in elementary school, has ramped up in recent years. Schools are trying to improve performance by adding more free time. We will tell you what the results are showing. That's coming up next. And their children know the pressure is on, even for students in elementary school. And that has ramped up in recent years. While some schools are packing the day with more classes, a handful are bucking that trend, trying to improve performance by adding more free time. Here's NBC's Janet Shamblian. Thanks, Janet. Definitely seems like they're onto something. And with polls in Iowa and New Hampshire tightening over the past week, there was a lot at stake here tonight, all while Donald Trump and Ted Cruz continue to battle it out on the trail. Hallie Jackson reports. Well, coming up after the break, we will tell you which flick cruised into first place at the box office this weekend. That's coming up right after the break.
Also, I'll give you a full look at your weather forecast, tell you what this week's going to look like. Stay with us right here on Nightside. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you were able to enjoy your weekend. It was exceptionally beautiful today. Hopefully you were able to step outside, take your dog for a walk. And we're going to expect the same kind of temperatures, but a little bit in the high 70s and mostly cloudy skies coming up. And standing by in our weather center is our very own Chase Golightly. How are you, Chase?
I'm doing very well, Molly. Yes, we are expecting temperatures to get into the high 70s throughout the desert Southwest, still in the 70s. That's a full look at your weather forecast. Let's send back to Molly to see what's coming up next.
Thank you, Chase. 70s in January, you really can't beat it. Well, coming up after the break, you'll never guess who is coming back to TV. We'll tell you what this actor and comedian is set to star in next.
Covering Yuma and the Imperial Valley, this is KYMA News 11.
Welcome back, everyone. Now it's time for some News 11's entertainment, and I'd like to wish a very happy birthday to Miss Betty White. She turned 94 years of age today. Believe it or not, she looks wonderful, and she's worked in show business since the 1940s. But she may be best known for her role as sweet and clueless Rose on The Golden Girls. White was recognized in the Guinness World Records 2014 edition for having the longest TV career for a female entertainer. And she shows no sign of slowing down, that's for sure. She said that retirement is not in her vocabulary. And Tracy Morgan is coming back to TV. The actor and comedian is set to star in a pilot for a potential FX comedy. Now, according to Entertainment Weekly, Morgan will play a career criminal released from prison after 15 years. Hoping to blend into society, Morgan has slowly resurfaced in the public eye since a 2014 crash that had him seriously injured and also killed a close friend of his. He appeared at the Emmys last year and hosted Saturday Night Live. And Ride Along 2 cruised into first place at the box office this weekend. And it's starring Ice Cube and Kevin Hart. The Universal Pictures film drove in $34 million for its opening weekend. And in its second weekend in theaters, The Revenant remained in second place. The Golden Globe winner for Best Picture and Oscar-nominated film brought in $29.5 million. Rounding out the top three was Walt Disney's Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and the first film of the latest trilogy brought in an estimated $25 million. That left the highly anticipated political thriller 13 Hours in fourth place with what officials call a soft $16 million. Directed by Michael Bay, it tells the story of the battle at Benghazi between Libyan forces and the Annex security team. Well, that's going to wrap up this round of News 11's entertainment. Coming up after the break, a world record of 270 dogs and their owners. They took part in the largest ever dog yoga session in Hong Kong today. We'll have that for you next. Welcome back, everyone. Well, the Tennessee family that is holding one of the three winning Powerball tickets is choosing the lump sum, which will be just under $328 million. And no surprise here, they're asking for privacy as they get back to work. NBC's Chanel Jones has more about the Robinsons' plans they are making for their newfound fortune. Welcome back, everyone. Now it's time for some News 11's entertainment. 2 college students from Nashville told their friends that they met singer Adele while she was tipsy. It's not clear how many people believed it until Adele told their story this week on The Late Late Show. Chris Kant reports. That's pretty cool. I bet they're happy that they stopped for that ticket. Well, coming up after the break, we will tell you why authorities arrested this rapper at the airport. That's coming up next.
We don't know who that rapper is, but coming up, I'll give you a full look at your weather forecast. Tell you what to expect this coming up week. I'll tell you, it's looking a little bit warmer. Stay with us right here on the Early Edition. We'll be right back.